big controversies.
Continues to serve extraordinarily well.
Good tennis, because Draper must have fancied his chances, having notched the first point there. It needed a good serve, perhaps.
Careless. After working so hard, he doesn't want to betray himself with shots like that.
It's a good call by the linesman, because it didn't miss by much, and Draper was a blur of activity around the ball.
Now then, that forehand at 15 all may grow to haunt Courier. Here are 2 break points for Draper. If he gets one of them, he'll be serving for the match. $193 Ks, that one. Well, he's been making them for the most part of this set, but didn't he need it then?
Yeah, this is the sort of shot that might just remind him of Key Biscayne, because he was in a position to hit it flat out and really made a mess of it. Had Courier on the stretch with that one.
Oh dear. He hasn't played well from 1540. Credit to Courier, but Draper has been less than himself.
Oh, that was another shocker, really. Straightforward passing shot and going for the big topspin lob.
And Courier again digs himself out of trouble. And we're back level. Courier hasn't been broken since 4-5 in the opening set. Just signs to me through that Draper's beginning to fray.
Well, certainly at 1540, one might have thought he had it wrapped up in that last game, but didn't play well as a result, so I'm not surprised you see those signs. On the other hand, that wasn't a particularly good lob from Courier. At least, though, it had the advantage of going over as opposed to Draper's.
Collective groan from the Courier supporters. Short serve. Just about his best backhand return for some time.
And I think it really shocked Draper. Hadn't seen one like that from Courier for years, perhaps. Still recovering.
Courier held him up a couple of times there as he prepared to serve. Not sure if that had anything to do with the double fault. Yes, he's not convincing at the moment. There's a man who believes he's going to win, whereas I sense that Draper is hoping. Oh, but that's a heck of a shot. And miraculous compared with what we've seen in the previous couple of minutes.
Yes, I'm not sure that this was totally intended. After the beautiful lob that Courier played, I think he had real visions of winning the point, and that was a stunner. At least he had the good grace to acknowledge it rather than say how lucky Draper was.
Nope. Draper toughs it out. But how confident is he? Good that he can smile. Looks across at trainer Mark Walters. Oh. He was rocking there.
Well, it came from nowhere, didn't it? Because Courier was doing the pressing. Courier hit the fine shot, and suddenly Draper's racket happened to be in the right position at the right time. And I think that's just about how it was. Very, very lucky, but it's certainly given him the opportunity.
And it's on little things like that that matches are sometimes decided.
Oh, exactly. Because without it, it certainly looked as if Courier was just taking up where he left off in Key Biscayne, where he came back from 1-4 down in the final set. And here really coming from behind virtually.
Just 27 years old now. Seems to have been around forever. It's not quite with the ferocity of half a decade ago. But enough, I sense, to have got to Draper here. Even though it's Courier who serves to stay in the match now. 4-5.
Well, a little unlucky because he hit the two-hander pretty well by Courier standards. Two hours and 9 minutes, and hotter now than it was when they started. There's no doubt about that.
Interesting time for him, for the string saver. Courier, I don't think too impressed, but he's done a fair amount of holding Draper up. And then the kicker out wide does the trick.
Yes, and I think, did he incur a time violation warning? I think he did.
15 seconds as a receiver. You went down till 20 seconds. Yeah. He wasn't going to get... Now Draper's upset because Courier gets time to towel down after.
Draper actually got the violation. And Courier's been holding him up all match.
Has he earned that kind of seniority? No. Well, it was inviting, perhaps too inviting. But a couple of careless errors, and suddenly it's Draper who's 2 points in this match. Well, remember the shot in the previous game, chance to be a hero again. Would have taken him to match point. Missed it. And very solid play from Draper. And after 2 hours and 12 minutes, it's match point for the Australian.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how he plays it, whether he plays it as studiously as he did that last point, or really goes for it as he did with the preceding point.
Got him. And that's a big win for Scott Draper. He's achieved so much this summer, but that may be a very important psychological victory over a man who many thought, perhaps even he thought, might have too much character for him in the third set, but he had the character in the end and the shot-making ability. And he's pulled it through. 6-4 in the third. Good match for him.
Oh, I think it was thoroughly absorbing. They had so much to it. The variation that Draper displayed with the backhand, the slices, the rolls, the kick serve that Courier used. And it had the overtones, of course, of a match last year in Key Biscayne when Draper had Courier on the rocks and then let him back off and let Courier through. It seemed for a moment as if it were going that way again, but Draper, I think, has learnt a lot since last year. He's become mature, he's become a better all-round player and can now finish matches off.
To let you know what's